excuse me, but Sue's putting all this together, right?
She
Sue
did.
Maggie?
Yeah, Sue sent us the
She sent us the,
whole.
yeah.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, she sent, Sue sent
All right,
it to
so
us.
all
It
right.
just came out
Did? I don't recall seeing it.
today.
Oh, today?
It just
No,
came out.
last week
No,
she
last
sent
week.
it out to
What
us
is-
by email.
Last week she sent something, the whole
Whole
time
agenda,
frame and whole
yeah.
agenda and everything, but you can send it again.
I will send it again. I just wanted to, really mainly for the public, to make sure they know.
No, I think it's gonna be a good time,
It'll be on the website too, I would assume.
and it's
It's
not on the common, it's at the park.
It's at
Yeah.
IRP.
IRP.
It's at River Park, and the weather is supposed to be phenomenal, so.
Thank you,
Long range
glad you
forecast.
knew that in advance.
No, but I'm gonna
No, the
wishful
weather
think.
forecast for the
And,
weekend is pretty good.
And kinda going along with the folks from
Dick could
Foliage
use your help
Drive.
in the winter time to get ready for the storms.
Just kind of feeding off the Foley Drive residents. School's going back tomorrow. Let's try to pull back on the speed a little bit and all these little side roads. Let's not have any incidents, and I welcome the kids back to school.
And just be watchful for the kids, period.
Yeah, we really do. We all have to wake up. I think she brings up a really good point, though. Thank you.
Done?
Mr.
Boy.
Delaney,
All right.
you only have 30 seconds.
30 seconds? I think I can handle that. No, I too want to wish the best to Lieutenant Jones and Patrolman Herder in their retirement. Also, I've begun to work with Rob Carbone from NORCAM in terms of any audio, video issues that anyone may be experiencing at home as they're taking time to view this or any other event that's broadcasted on NORCAM. So if you do have issues with audio or video, please contact me, contact Rob, and eventually we're going to deal with Comcast and Verizon, hopefully correct those issues in the not-too-distant future. So you can contact me either on my cell phone, 617-620-9276, or by email at sdelaney@northreadingma.gov. I may regret that, but no, those are issues we want to address and correct. So please don't hesitate to contact me. I also want to thank Jeff for his efforts in pulling together the Employee Appreciation Day. Unfortunately, due to a previously scheduled court appearance, I was unable to make it. But my understanding was it was a terrific event, and hopefully we can continue that, at least on an annual basis. Couple other things, trash exemptions, Greg, where does that stand in terms of the review of
I've asked the
that?
Board of Assessors to go back and do some research for me. I was hoping I would have the information for this evening, and I didn't
Okay.
have it. But we are working on it as we speak.
Very good. And as Michael mentioned, 9/11 event, remembrance event, Sunday at IRP. I hope as many people as possible can attend that event. That was a day I know that I will absolutely never forget what occurred in this country, and I hope most of you feel the same way. Hopefully it'll never be repeated again. That's all.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, Lieutenant Jones, congratulations. Have a great retirement. Thank you for 32 years. It's a long time, and I think you earned some relaxation at this point. I also, there are a lot of things that go on in this town. We're gonna have 9/11. That's very important event that we're going to have, and Sue Mag deserves a lot of credit for putting together the program. And I'm looking forward to being there along with the entire community. But there are a lot of things that go on in this town, and when people drive by or drive through a town, or when they come into town, they participate in programs here. Again, the Labor Day tournament by the North Reading Youth Soccer was a huge success. It just shows, they were playing in McGuire, IRP, on the turf field, and you drive through the town on a beautiful day, and you see life. And that's what a program like that does for the community. And so I want to congratulate the North Reading Youth Soccer Association for, again, running a great program. Greg, again, I just want to say that the emergency management team was super. Again, the town was really safe. I have a confession to make. I went out and I ran. Okay?
Shock.
And
Shocker.
every time I went, I ran.
Holding an umbrella.
I ran up 28, I went around
Did you wear a
Gordon
hard
Road.
hat?
The Flash Road, the police were there. I came down Havel. I thought you passed me by, to be honest with you. Somebody honked at me.
Yeah, and
thought
I
it was
went
you.
like this, and I said, I can't believe it.
I just want you to know that the trees were bending every time I passed. By my-
You must have been traveling
my
very
speed.
fast, at
By
a
my
fast
speed.
pace to make those trees bend like that.
But, no, you could see everybody was out there. We were well protected by the community. And Greg, you and the whole team, I congratulate you on that. Sheila Marie Imports, the situation with that, is one of the saddest things that I've seen. Because they went from 40 jobs to possibly 80 jobs down to a business completely gone, at least out of North Reading. And that hurt a lot of people. And so my heart goes out to those employees and how they were impacted. Also, the Employee Appreciation Day, I think it's very important to understand that this was done through the hearts of the Board of Selectmen. It wasn't just me. I did a little leg running, that's about it. But I think all of you here, it should be known that it was because you supported this idea wholeheartedly. And it should not be misunderstood. Everybody, if you weren't there, you were there in spirit, and we know that, and I think the employees know that. Now, the event was a beautiful sunny day. There was a lot of food for everybody. Companies, they didn't donate. They gave us a darn good price off on what they provided us. We had it in the morning. Heavenly Donuts supplied donuts and coffee for everybody at all the 5 locations in town, so that they can start their day off with the coffee and donuts. I just thought that would be a great idea. Mario's Pizza, Kitty's with their antipasto, Mike Phillips from Joe Fish, he brought over some lobster rolls, which was really good. Sergeant Tremblay helped out. Now, it's an Italian name, and I should remember Italian names, because I'm Italian. But the fellow who supplied
Vincent
watermelon.
Buster Savioli,
that, I'm glad you said that, Savioli. I gotta get that down.
longtime
I
local
have to just think
resident
of
and wholesale.
ravioli, just Savioli, right?
Longtime resident and wholesale fruit distributor,
Yes.
particularly watermelons.
So he came through for us there. Marty Tilton was very helpful with the grounds, making sure that we had everything we needed to set up. And also Maureen Stevens. She played an important role. She really made it happen. She knew what to get. She pulled it all together, and she called me. We were going to do the hot dogs and hamburgers and so on, and spoke to a few of the employees, and they said, how about something a little bit more healthy? And next thing you know, we had a real healthy display of food for the employees. And I believe they really, really appreciated it. It hasn't been done, and I think it's something we can continue to do on an annual basis for the employees, because it goes a long way.
It actually brought a lot of people together that don't normally congregate and get together, and also got a number of employees who had never been under Ipswich River Park under the new pavilion
Right.
there, and they were amazed at what we have for facilities. So it's,
So I
It was a
snuck
good
in
idea.
one night and I stuck up some pictures from the event in the hallway there, so that they can see and that they really did, this really did happen. So I think the Board of Selectmen as a whole should feel good about what they did. And 9/11, that's important. 9/11's important. We all have our personal scenarios. I grew up right around the World Trade Center, about a mile away from it, and I used to take my children there when they were very young, and I used to watch and care for my mother, and they'd play right around the World Trade Center and so on. So, it's a very close thing. My sister was in Building 5 when it got hit, and the Building 5 didn't get hit, but when it started to fall, And, you know, she had to run for her life like a lot of people there. Unfortunately, she made it out. So it's a important day to remember. I often also think that we should also never forget Pearl Harbor. It always comes to my heart because it's Americans being attacked. And we should never forget either one of those days, ever. So may we look at the best side that we can on 9/11, however possible that is, and enjoy the day.
Thank you, Jim. I'll say ditto to a lot of things that were said this evening. I do want to congratulate Sergeant Jones and Officer Herder and wish them the best in their retirement. We talk about Employee Appreciation Day. Jeff, you know, you deserve an awful lot of credit. I think, you know, the way we've operated, each board member, you know, has picked a project of something that needed to be done and carried the ball, and it was your turn on the, and you volunteered for it on the Employee Appreciation. It was well organized. There was plenty of food, as you said. It was in a beautiful weather, beautiful park, and I really, you know, felt that the employees appreciated what went on that day, and it was well attended too, which, you know, is a good sign, a real good sign. So I thank you for that. We talk about 9/11, and you know, again, everyone in town is invited to come over to the park at some point Sunday afternoon. Having the honor of speaking at the event, and obviously having to do some work, and I started to reflect a little bit on you know, my own experience, and you know, I hadn't thought about it in a long time, but you know, just the events that led up to my learning about it and where I was, and starting to think about the impact that it's had. That, you know, a lot of us, you know, we feel it when we're at the airport, but it's had even a much larger impact. And I think if everybody just takes the time to reflect on how it's affected their life, there'll be something to gain from it. So I would encourage that. We're, you know, as a board now, we're meeting formally again, and we're about to embark on October town meeting, and right after October town meeting, we're into the fiscal 2013 budget and trying to figure out where we're going and how we're going to get it done, and we will get it done. But we have some challenges ahead, more challenges than I had hoped, and we're going to be working together with the school committee and the finance committee to make this happen. So I look forward to the next season as we enter it, and I kind of like the idea of starting the meeting at 6 o'clock when we can, and you know, maybe we should talk about that some more. But it means that we might get out of here at 10 o'clock if I shut up. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman, I move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. Yule. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous?
Every meeting should start at 6.